Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up for PrizePicks today with that promo code Leading Off. Make sure you use that when you do. It's me, Joey P. Joe Pizzapia. That, of course, is the Welsh. And it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, watching on the YouTube channel, Fantasy Pros MLB, listening on the podcast version, watching us back if you're not watching live. And Welsh, a fun weekend of baseball. We actually had a Max Scherzer start. Unbelievable. We have an updated top 100 prospect list, which I want to hit some names with you about because goodness knows every single day it's a different prospect in Major League Baseball. And because of that, we have a new segment in the show that is just for prospects. I don't know what to call it yet, but you know what? Every day we talk about one or two of them. So we're going to continue to do that in their own little perfect niche. Isn't that nice that they get their own little time now?
Get their little home, little place.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should have a contest, like the segment name.
Prospect segment Mania. Name. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, get to it. I know it's early. We're going to get you to work already. So what do you want to name the prospect segment that we're going to do every single day now? I don't even know what I called it. I just put prospect alert, but that's crap. That's no good. So we can't have that. It's got to be something different. I'll be all the sirens and things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we kind of like the like iteration of like, you know, the P, if we can find something in there. I don't know what it is. Some rhyming type of thing that makes it fun. So Joe, his heart can warm every little time he gets to say the name. Something like that. You guys got to
rhymes with prospect.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they used to say like in rap, like orange was one of the toughest. I don't know
Rookie
what
cookies
rhymes with prospect. Rookie cookies. Okay. I'm uncomfortable with that. Actually.
You're uncomfortable with the rookie cookies?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's throwing it out there. But
yeah, no,
clearly,
I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good.
Oh, Future Pros. Eric's got a good one already. The Future Pros.
Oh, Prospect
Fantasy
Pros.
Future Pros. All right, that's not bad. So far, Eric, you're winning. We'll see how the rest of it goes. And yes, we will talk about Matt McLain and some others in a second here. Let's start with the top of the headlines from the weekend. Max Scherzer actually pitched well over the Nationals. 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. Mets actually scored 8 runs in that game. Shocking on all accounts in this entire piece. Tanner Bibee, one of our guys from the Rookie Cookies. So something tells me Rookie Cookies is going to stick around. Tanner Bibee, 7 2/3, 2 hit balls, struck out 7 in a no decision for against the Angels. And here's the thing. We always talk about the ebbs and flows, right? Bibee came out with that first start, was really good. Then earlier last week, he kind of had that, that rookie letdown start, as we often see. This was a huge bounce back. I'm sure people who sat him in those daily transaction leagues or daily lineup leagues were probably pissed off when they looked up at that line on Sunday. But this is kind of, I feel like, the patience you have to practice with guys like Bibee, who, they have the talent. If you look, he was one of the biggest risers too on the prospect list. I was looking, he was actually up 21 spots from 55 to 34 on the MLB top 100. Now, I know that's not for prospects and fantasy necessarily, quote unquote, it's baseball. It's a little different, but still, what'd you think of the start from Bibee yesterday?
Yeah, I think this is actually what you needed, because at some point he was going to falter. All these guys are going to falter. I think it also definitely shows like when and how much stomach does everybody have for these guys if he was dropped after that one bad start, because I feel like because of the amount of prospects that are coming up right now, people's ability to hold their leash is a lot shorter than usual. But with like the maturation of like learning the game, failing is sometimes the best recipe for future success. And I think you kind of saw that. It looked like he used his slider a little bit less in this, but its efficiency was kind of down, but the fastball changeup got it going. His changeup, by the way, through 23% of the time, had a 38% whiff rate on it, which is really impressive, and a 39 CSW. So the thing I love about it is the guy can command across the board, and he's got a couple different, like 2 different big strikeout offerings, if you will, in that slider, which can have curveball like effects if people have watched it, and the down plane it has, or he can go to the changeup. And that's huge. That's something that, Brandon Pfaadt didn't show. I actually don't know if you have him on here, Joe, but he went yesterday and we got to see the pitch mix change. So I love it. I love watching guys have pitch mix changes and find success. Bibee did it. Hate to tell you, Pfaadt haters, Pfaadt did it yesterday, under 50% usage on his fastball. His sweeper got it going, and he threw his curveball more. So I'm encouraged, both of these guys. It's not about Pfaadt, but this is a great thing for Bibee, and I think it kind of like stabilizes his value.
Pfaadt, by the way, up from 49 to 33 on the prospect list as well. So he's another riser. Someone who's not rising right now, Jorge Mateo, not in the Orioles starting lineup Sunday. In the month of May, You ready for this? After everybody's talking about Jorge Mateo, oh my God, he's an elite fantasy player. In month of May, hitting 105, 128, 132 slash. Gross. If Mateo wasn't a sell high, I don't know who was. And I understand this.
Up your Jordan Westbergs. I'm just letting everybody know.
Okay.
Rev up your Jordan Westbergs.
Okay.
11 homers.
Okay.
300 batting average.
Okay.
You got me? Jordan Westberg. What? He's coming.
Okay. I think he should.
To a team
but I mean, this happens every year where people stumble upon a player and they get so infatuated with being, getting a great productivity out of them. And I know that's sort of going along with some of the people who have investments in Jared Kelenic. And I get that too. But Kelenic was a very highly rated, can't miss prospect. So eventually you would hope that he would hit. But it's so fascinating to me. I saw some trades. I saw people going out there and, taking Mateo for Bobby Witt Jr. and things like that. And I'm just going,
no, they weren't.
I swear to you, I saw that trade happen. Someone sent it to me on Twitter. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you stop? Just relax. I don't
like it.
Take a deep breath. I don't like it either, but this is what happens. People get infatuated with the hot start in April. And by the time we get to August, nobody can remember April. I know I can. Zach Gallen, he can't be stopped. Another great performance on Saturday over the Giants. 5 hits over 7 2/3. He was terrific. Christian Yelich actually had 2 home runs in 1 game. So there you go. He's good for the rest of the month of May, probably. Luis Robert, 2 for 4. He's starting to pick things up. So maybe the message getting sent to Luis Robert ever since he got sat down for not running out that ball to first base, he's kind of come alive as well. We do have some entries also from the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
All right.
Prize prospects from Zen. That's not so bad. We've got the rookie lookie from Ooey 2K.
So your rookie cookie actually affects me, but the rookie lookie makes me laugh.
Let's do a rookie. Kind of like that. Bad. Is rookie lookie better than the Future Pros? I mean, Future Pros sounds more professional, but then again, this is us.
Yeah, it depends. Like Future Pros would almost be like an article that I put together where rookie lookie would be something where Joe's like, everybody, rookie lookie.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be tough to beat that one. Wonky says prospects, which is pretty funny. A lot of Pisa prospects. I see a lot of that kind of stuff there. Call up, ball up. That's not bad there. Okay. From again, UE 2K always. But the rookie lookie, I don't know, man. Rookie lookie sounds pretty good for me. That might be the winner.
That might be it, unfortunately, because we already know where Joe's going to go with it.
Let's do our first rookie lookie right now. Rookie lookie. All right, let's looking at this guy. It's the Reds. So we were speculating who the Reds were going to call up, right? TJ Friedel injury, all these things going on. Well, Matt McLain is going to get called up from AAA Louisville today. 23-year-old infielder was the Reds' first-round selection, 17th overall for the 2021 draft. In AAA, tearing it up. 348, 474, 712, 12 homers, 40 ribbies, 10 steals in 15 tries. So, Welsh, how aggressive should we be on this McLain? Again, John McLain, probably still the 1A of all McLains.
All right.
Is Matt McLain possibly going to get into that number 2 spot here?
Yeah, I have I just have reservations about Matt McLain, I think, than other people, just because I've seen so much of him. He was out here in the AFL recently, and he's got a big hole in his swing, but he seems to have fixed that so far this season. So I'm just not sure at what degree. He was striking out almost 30% of the time last year. AFL kind of started getting back to the same thing. Low off-speed breaking stuff would get right by him. This year, under 20% K rate. So the big changes there. I mentioned this. I was on CBS last night. I mentioned this, that one of the things you can see in his game as well is I think he's a little bit more comfortable with off-speed stuff. So in the ever race to chase off-speed stuff, what you've got to do is you're gonna be comfortable with being able to catch back up to fastballs, so you can get on those sliders and stuff like that. And you see him hitting the ball opposite field, which I think is encouraging. So it's like he's hitting the ball more opposite field this year than he's ever done in his career. It's over 30% of the time. He's had huge results. Strikeout numbers are low. So I want to be optimistic. He was actually, if people don't remember, but he was like a top 15 pick some years back by the Arizona Diamondbacks, but he decided to go back to UCLA. I mean, this is a good player with sneaky power. I've got some on my Twitter profile if you guys want to check it out, some video from the AFL. So all of that to be said, that what he's doing is full on 5 tools. I'm spending, I'm investing, because he's got the gig, but I do have reservations that everybody that's staring at his stats are like, oh my God, look at 348. I'm worried about the batting average long term. I wonder if that's going to be a problem, but he can run
good
and
questions
steal
here too, because we have like Renegade wants to know McLain or Dela Cruz. Well, Dela Cruz is the better asset. I think you and I would agree on that. That's not
hands
close.
down. Hands down.
So if that's the case, then here's another question from Tim in the chat. Does McLain call up delay Encarnacion Strand's arrival? I say yes, because that's clearly the direction they're going here. So they could have brought up CES. They didn't. So I think the answer is short yes. Is it a long delay? No, but it's definitely a delay.
Maybe. I don't know if I got to be honest with you, I don't know if it's that long on any of these guys. These guys all play different spots. Ellie's been playing third in AAA. Matt McLain is shortstop. Barrero has not worked, so Matt McLain can just jump right into that spot. CES can play third, but he's a first baseman. So it's like when they're ready to make that commitment, they're going in. So I'm not really sure he has delayed. I also just don't know what they're doing in general with all their prospects. So sure, like by virtue of this, I'll say, yeah, it has delayed, but I still am just going to like maybe every week until it comes up and I'll be wrong. I'm going to just be like, he's coming up soon, very, very soon. There's no reason for him to be down there outside of like whatever stupid roster construction they're doing with some of these dumb guys.
Speaking of rookie lookies, we got another one here for you. Got a couple. Cody Bradford is going to start Monday today against the Braves. So he's got a 0.91 ERA, a 0.86 whip, 37 Ks, 13 walks, and 39 innings. So it's pretty good for 7 starts in AAA. Yeah. He's going against Charlie Morton. I think there's opportunity for a little upset here because Texas has been so good. And Iglesias blowing that save yesterday, a little shaky there with him and what's going on with the bullpen. But what do you think of Cody Bradford, too? Because it's another guy, too. People are probably – it's so frustrating when you get these – if only we can get these little tidbits, I don't know, like Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. Sometimes, when these things pop on Monday after waivers run in many leagues, everyone's super frustrated, and I get it. And it was hard to be ahead of McLain. I don't think anybody thought that one was coming. Did you?
I think that one happened like literally as like waivers were going. So
yeah,
I've been attempting to be a week ahead on things. I picked up CES last week, and then I actually picked up Ellie this week, assuming that I really think it's like we're coming to a head with these guys. Yeah. I think all these guys are coming soon. Because also, by the way, if they didn't want to bring up Ellie, Spencer Steer could go back to third, and CES can play first. So there's plenty of wiggle room that team has. But on Cody Bradford, the numbers are pretty solid. The K numbers have gone down, though. He was in AA last year, had an almost 9.5 K per 9. It's down to 8.5. His walks are actually up. He has one of the most absurd ERA to xFIP changes. He has a under 1 ERA, but he has an over 5 expected, xFIP. So I'm not like jumping to it. And this is also a spot start. They've already said that all they're doing is they're giving a little bit of wiggle room for their starters, and they've moved everybody back a day. So I'm not sure Cody Bradford's going to be there for long, but I think there's some potential efficiency that can be in there. He's just not going to be a big strikeout guy. He's also not a big ground ball guy. So I'm a little bit worried about the ball flying.
Let's take another question from the chat here. Tough Talk with Teachers podcast says dropped Volpe. Did I make a mistake? Yeah, I mean, bench him. You don't want to drop these guys. Look, Volpe is a very good player. I was a little surprised, to be honest, that he started the year with the big club. I thought maybe, 50 to 100 at-bats in AAA, get sea legs under him a little bit, would have been better. But I'm still not worried about Volpe. I don't know why. I mean, I guess because I've seen him play so much that I just think he's a really good player, and I think he's just pressing still, and I think he'll figure it out over time. But in a 10-team league, I get it, but I don't want to drop him
there you go.
Right, in a 12-team league, I think it's more of a bench kind of play. Or he's a trade bait. You trade him and you hope he gets something else for him, that somebody else sees it as a buy low opportunity. But if you're really struggling and need help, then that's the kind of help. Another guy, do you think Mickey Moniak can help anybody? 3 for 4 with a homer, 2 steals. I know he's got some speed. I know he was looking really good in AAA. Is he on your radar at all? Because I've never been a big fan of his, but it's hard to deny the AAA numbers before he got called up this week were good.
Yeah, I'm not a big Mickey Moniak guy. Like, the team obviously has done some good things in revamping some of these outfielders. Brandon Marsh has been like, proven point. But no, I'm not a big Mickey Moniak guy. So it's going to be a pass with the Angels now. But I'm a pass on Mickey Moniak.
All right, let's get to the injury list here. Noah Syndergaard will start today against the Twins. How long? That's anybody's guess. Jose Alvarado. So it turns out, we were kind of the sky is falling last week, but the elbow inflammation apparently The MRI was clean, so they're expecting him to resume throwing sometime later this week, which is, again, kind of stunning, and we'll see how that all goes and gets filtered out. Dylan Carlson removed yesterday because of an ankle injury. Anthony Rendon, surprising because he is like the Cal Ripken of baseball nowadays. He had left in the sixth with a tight left groin. I feel bad. Like, I mean, the jokes aside, like it must suck for Anthony Rendon to just not be able to do his job physically. Like, I don't know if it's a training thing he needs to do different. I don't know what it is, but it's so sad to see a player of that kind of talent just never be able to play baseball. I mean,
There should be like an AA group of guys that can't all play. It's like Jacob deGrom's like, meetings in session. Giancarlo, please sit down. Anthony Rendon's going to be speaking today, and it's just a big group of these guys.
Yeah,
exactly.
My name is Steven Strasburg. It's been 784 days since I've thrown a pitch. It's that kind of thing, and you get, instead you get like the little tiny things where, it's the number of days on the IL instead of the number of days that you're sober.
Yeah. Well, no, like Jacob deGrom gets his third start and he's like, I got my chip. I got my chip today. Like that type of thing.
Oh, and Larry Walker is everyone's sponsor. Larry Walker, because he is the greatest of all the hurt stars ever, because he still managed to get into the Hall of Fame. But I used to call it when I used to, back in my day when I used to be, scouting my fantasy players, I used to have what was called the Larry Walker list. I used to make this note of the guys that are good, but they're always hurt. You just got to either get a discount on them or stay away from them. I used to call it the Larry Walker list. And there you go. And still made the Hall of Fame. CJ Cron, not making the Hall of Fame. Safe to say. 15-day IL with back spasms. That's never a good thing. Yandy Diaz is going to undergo the MRI on his injured groin. So that would be another injury. Oh, man, the Rays they are taking injuries at an alarming clip. So much for analytics. Joey Gallo was removed from Sunday's game against the Cubs because of a leg injury. Carlos Rodon, who was going to have physical activity. Apparently, I don't know if that was putting together IKEA furniture or what that, I don't know exactly what that means. But he threw from 60 to 75 feet on Saturday and Sunday. So 2 days of playing catch. That's great. Nick Lodolo, unfortunately, is going to miss a minimum of 4 weeks with calf tendonitis or tendinosis. Is that what it is? I don't know what it is. I don't know. His calf tendonitis. Tendonitis. Nice lady.
They're all just making up words.
Whatever. That's the subluxation of his calf tendon or whatever the hell. Marlins placed AJ Puck on the 15-day IL with left elbow nerve irritation. Now here's one. Well, we got to talk about. Mason Miller is going to get a second opinion tomorrow on the elbow. So the MRI came back clean, but he's having pain, which is why they put him on the IL. And now he's going for a second opinion.
There's no way this is good. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this is good. There's no.
So I thought I was wrong last week.
You might be right. You might circle back. You might. This might be the Euro step of injury correctness. Like you had one, and you're gonna come back to it. There's no way that this is a good thing that they're redoing this.
Nope. Never good. Never good. All right. Who was good? Let's tell you. The 3 up and 3 down. Aaron Judge, not 1 but 2 homers on Saturday. I'm pretty sure you picked Aaron Judge, so you got 2 more bombs there.
I think I might have to be corrected. I think that's 11. I think that was 10 and 11 that I just
we'll have
got.
To see if you made the board.
Double digits.
Everyone have to pay attention.
Might have got jumped here, but I'm close. I'm so
close. Double digits, rookie lookies. This is what we've become. Mitch Keller, what has he become? A monster. 13 strikeouts over 7 innings. Sunday morning, I had Nick Pollock from Pitcher List on my Sports Grid television show, which, by the way, you can watch on Amazon Prime now. It's all over all the streaming networks. Every Sunday morning, 8 to 10, wall-to-wall, fantasy baseball and football during football season. And Nick was on, and he's just one of the guys we were talking about. Why Mitch Keller has evolved into what he has. And it surprised everybody, but he thinks it's pretty sustainable. And he had a lot of good stats regarding that. So great for the Pirates, great for Mitch Keller. Couldn't happen to a better guy. I told you, I'm a big fan. I'm rooting for Mitch Keller. I like that dude. John Gray, another dude I like. 5-0 shutout performance there. 3 hit ball against the A's. I know it's the A's, but still, it's great. Here's the 3 down. A bunch of bullpen guys kind of spit the bit this weekend. Raisel Iglesias, first blown save. His velocity was down a couple ticks too. So coming out from the first appearance, I should say, was good. Velocity was fine. Second one, not so good. So maybe it's just working his way back. Little dead arm. That's possible. keep a close eye. Kenley Jansen gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, blew a save this weekend too, Saturday. And Shane McClanahan, not so Shane McClanahan-esque against the Yankees, gave up 4 and a no decision. So obviously we're not too worried about McClanahan, but Welsh, in terms of Mitch Keller, I mean, that guy has just been unbelievable. And look, here's one from Uwe2K. Is just we have so many people in the chat watching us live right now, but this one fan right here is just crushing it. Dropped Mitch Keller to pick up Taj weeks ago. So there you go. That's how life's going for Uwe2K. That's definitely an Uwe moment for sure. That makes me sad too.
That does make me sad. I'm all about Mitch Keller. We picked him a couple, whatever it was, 2 starts back. But, Nick probably talked a lot about it, but he's added in this cutter, and this cutter has made a difference because his fastball is way more effective, 30% whiff rate. This cutter has come on here and got a 22% whiff rate, and he's changed the pitch mix. And Keller, back in the day was a really good command pitcher. He wanted to hit his corners. He just didn't have the stuff to get by anybody, and that's now changed. And he looks elite. He looks dominant right now, and it's kind of tough because I don't always mean like negative about the Pirates, but yeah, it's tough with the Pirates sometimes. But this guy looks elite. He's found the zone. He's found his pitch mix, and that's been the story of this year. Guys switching stuff up, changing. Hey, I'm throwing a sweeper here. I'm doing this. It's finding the right mix, and Keller has done it, and he is a huge strikeout option right now. He might low-key be like our cheap Pablo Lopez. Everything that Pablo Lopez has turned into and become, and he's 7-8 strikeouts every single game. Keller might low-key start being that person.
Wonky, I love you, but Mitch Keller ain't winning a Cy Young. Come on, Wonky. All right, Mel has I do want to talk about this. It wasn't on the sheet, but Mel P2 bringing this up here in the chat. It says, please talk about Paxton, Joe, exclamation point. I don't know what to tell you. I have Paxton in a few leagues because I stash him on my IL. And I thought, well, he's been terrible. I'll probably just drop him on Sunday. And then he goes out there Sunday and he drops 9 strikeouts. And I don't know what to do. I legitimately, do I drop him back into the pile? Do I cut somebody? I am at a complete loss right now, Welsh. What
are the options? Because I watched that start because I remember I had the 2 total runs.
He gave 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, wait, he gave up 2 total runs in the first inning, and I was like, here we go.
Here we go.
But then he started getting into place. I will say, if you watched,
he was throwing 97.
His stuff looked good. He got a couple calls that went his way that could have maybe affected and changed the game up just a tiny bit. But still, either way, he looked good and he was sweeping across. So, but what's the option? What's the option of Paxton versus who for you?
Well, not for me. For me, it's a different set of circumstances because it's got keeper implications and stuff like that. So I've got to, just be careful. But I'm just saying for everybody out there who I think was stashing him, they probably looked at it as like, well, whatever. I took a flyer, it didn't work, and just going to throw him back. But now you have a little bit of a roster crunch. I mean,
how about this? Let me present this to you. James Paxton off of that performance versus everybody has dropped Taj Bradley, and the Rays are falling apart. And you can speculate on Taj Bradley coming back up, even though he's been bad in the minors. We've talked about what he's been doing. So what say you? Would you drop Paxton to stash Bradley right now?
I would still want Bradley long-term because I'm always terrified of Paxton. But if you are in a dogfight right now and you are at the top and you want to stay on the top, you got to roll a Paxton because he's there, because he's going to make contributions, maybe for better or worse, but he got to be there to make an impact. And that's the only thing. I think if you're at the top of this, if you're at the bottom of the standings or middle of the standings, then you can have a little bit of leeway with stuff. But if you're at the top of the standings, you got to stay at the top. And I don't know if Bradley's the way to do that right now.
I don't know. I just don't know if Paxton's the way. I just don't know if
would you keep
3
Paxton
starts from now.
Paxton or Pfaadt?
Because
I'm sure that's a real one for a lot of people.
That probably is a real one. I just I don't believe, and I'll be wrong about this, I don't believe that James Paxton is going to be good for long term, and it also has to do with his health. So I guess I would take Pfaadt. I would take Taj Bradley because I just don't believe. I also want to play upside. And I have a really hard time buying into that with James Paxton, even though he looked pretty good, even though the fastball was good, off-speed stuff was good.
This is an easy question, too. We got an easy one here.
Oh gosh,
Tim wants to know, better Paxton, James Paxton or Bill Paxton? It's clearly Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
I mean, the brother in Weird Science, Aliens. I mean, come on. Bill Paxton.
What's the
treasure? And A Simple Plan. That is a great movie with Billy Bob Thornton, who plays his brother, and I think it's a Stephen King story actually. And they find this it's like a helicopter, small plane that crashes with this whole big case full of money. And they don't know who these people are or where it is, and it's kind of what happens to them in this small town when they take this money, and then slowly the things leak out about who these people were.
Okay.
Great little thriller kind of movie. Bill Paxton's tremendous. National
Yeah.
treasure, Bill Paxton.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Easy. Yeah.
James Paxton, a couple moments there, but Bill Paxton, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's
who
get.
could take the other side? Who could
I
take
don't
the
know.
other side?
I got nothing there, Welsh.
By the
You know
way,
what?
just pointing out, True
Yeah.
Lies, maybe my favorite Bill Paxton like of all time. Is it True Lies when he's the car dealership guy? I just love
I don't
that.
know. The brother in Weird Science to me, the older brother, who's such a jerk. You know, then he gets turned into that pile of goo. You remember that? Like just like that weird pile of goo.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I know I'm a little older than you, so but like Weird Science. I mean, come on.
No, I mean I've seen Weird Science, but like I haven't seen it recently,
Aliens.
Joe.
He's so good. He's so good. As the guy when he's freaked out in that movie, there's nothing better than that. Except PrizePicks. That's what's better. Right now, you can go out and download the app, or you just go to prizepicks.com and start to play. It's super fun. Welsh has been killing it here, and use that promo code leading off when you sign up. Against one word, leading off, get 100% deposit match up to $100. Put $100 in, get 100. See how that works. Welsh, what's working for you in the prize picks today?
All right, let's pick them out. Let's get going. And I've got 3 plays for you. So this is a 20 pays 100 if you want to play these out. First up, Hunter Green. His strikeout's kind of low today. Going up against Colorado. I think there's obviously a worry he's going to get run out of town. Colorado actually hasn't been striking out to like any aggressive degrees, but this is still Hunter Green. 5.5. And I believe he's hit this in 3 of his last 4 when I was doing my research. So Hunter Green strikeout, I'm going to take the over. I like Pete Alonso today in a lot of places. He eats up Patrick Corbin with a 350 batting average above. So you're going to see him kind of across the board. So I will play total bases. Sometimes I want to play fantasy points, but in this case, I'm going to just in case, just a nice little double from Pete Alonso. I'm going to go there. And George Kirby's fantasy score is low. And that has a lot to do with his really low strikeout numbers, even though the last start was solid. 24.5 is his fantasy score, and outs and a win alone can get you there. I actually am very tempted to take his strikeouts today, but I'm jumping all over that George Kirby fantasy score. 24.5 over Alonso, total bases, and Hunter Green strikeouts. Those are my 3 plays.
Before I get to my prize picks, I've got to first call somebody out. Trax, he was not in Spaceballs. That's Bill Pullman, you goon.
Yeah.
That's not Bill Paxton, but
Baseball's all-time movie.
I forgot
one of my
this.
all-time favorite movies.
Thank God for Sabo's goggles, because Tombstone. Now, I forgot for a moment there. I spaced. Tombstone, one of my all-time favorite movies. If Tombstone is on, that's like Goonies for me. Like if it's on and I'm flipping around the channels, that will be the rest of my afternoon, or even whatever. I'm just gonna end up watching the whole thing. It's so, and I don't even like Westerns. I don't care.
Oh,
It is
love
such
Westerns.
Tombstone is, I think, the all-time best of that genre. It's so good. Also, I forgot too, he was in Apollo 13, another great movie too. And Titanic. Also, I forgot he was in Titanic. I was looking at some of the little pieces. Yeah, remember, he's the guy. He's the modern day. Like he's the guy with the old lady who's like, "Oh, come on, old lady, maybe you can help us find the thing that you threw over the ocean years ago."
Like, there's a lot of movies. It's like, all right, I'm going to see it, and then I'm never.
I saw Titanic once in the theater, and I went, "Okay, I'm good." Shohei Ohtani, I'm also good. Pitcher strikeout 7. Let's go the over. George Kirby at 4. 4?
Yeah, I
want to go over. Here's a fun one I like too: the hits plus runs plus RBI. 1.5 on Kyle Tucker today. I like that one. That is a good one for Mr. Tucker. For betting today, I got a 3-leg parlay for you. Okay, I got the New York Yankees to upset. I know Alek Manoah is typically money against the Yankees, but this guy's been a hot mess. You're getting plus 142. You can bet this on its own. Seattle, if you want to add this to the mix, pretty good favorites, even though they're on the road. Kirby against the Red Sox, minus 124. And you're getting either even money on BP, or I even found it on FD at plus 100 for the Twins. Pablo Lopez against Syndergaard. Yes, please. You put the Yanks, Mariners, Twins together, you get plus 774. So that is a more than 7-1, almost 8-1 you're going to make. If you're $10 on there, you win 77. That's a pretty good day at the office right there. Welsh, what do you have in the betting market today?
I like that Seattle one. I might even play that Seattle one just separately.
You could play all 3 of these separate, I think, and then put them together if you want. And then,
I think that might be the play.
If you don't hit on all 3, you've broken even. You hit on 1 or 2 or 2 to 3, you're still basically a push for the day. No big deal. No harm, no foul. I don't like Twister. Everyone keeps talking about Twister. Twister's fine. I don't like Helen Hunt. I just don't
I also don't like Helen Hunt, but I like that movie.
Watch her.
It's a classic
crazy
movie.
But anyway.
All right. I love that Hunter Green strikeout. I like the Ohtani strikeout. I just don't like the odds on either one of them. So let's just pair them together. Let's just get down with it. It pays you plus 175 if you take the over on both Green and Ohtani strikeouts together. I think that's a pretty fun one. My team total run of the day, I'm going with Houston. So in the first 5 innings, the Houston Astros just score 2.5 runs plus 110. It's plus money. So that's a really solid one. And I'm going to go with Pete Alonso total bases. I don't do total bases a lot, but I'm going to go with that. Even Steven for Pete Alonso. Those are my 3 plays as of now.
Amazing to think Bill Paxton, by the way. It's become the Bill Paxton show today. He was also in Commando and the original Terminator, too. What a career for Bill Paxton.
I don't remember.
Another great movie. One False Move. Great independent
Okay, movie. Is it Paxton's Prospects? Is that going to be the
No,
the
it's the Rookie Lucky. It's definitely the Rookie Lucky. But looking back, and he passed away in 2017, far too young.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Some sad stuff. This is sad, too. Albert Casanova says, Alex Bregman is available in my league. Is he a must pickup or wait and see? What? Who dropped Alex Bregman? Well, why do these things happen?
Well, because he hasn't been like magnificent.
I know he's mid. I know we called him mid the other day, but
is he a must pick up in like a 10-team league? Is he a must pick up in a 10-team league?
Is he not somehow? I mean, Welsh.
I don't know.
Has it come to this?
It's getting to that. Like, I would pick him up. Sure. I pick him up because I like to buy into track records. It's a great team. Context of him hitting higher and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Would be aggressive, but
and 12 teaming up, it's like a no-brainer. But I'm not the biggest Bregman guy.
I'm not the biggest Bregman guy either, but like, you shouldn't be a free agent. That's for sure. And if he is, you pick him up and you put him on your So Rare team. That's right. SoRare.com. This is what's sweeping the nation. If you like fantasy baseball and you like digital cards, you just like collecting stuff. You collect the players, you assemble them like the Avengers, and you go play So Rare. FantasyPros.com/collect. That's where you sign up. It's free. It's fun. I started doing it last week. It's super cool. Go check it out. So Rare MLB at FantasyPros.com/collect. And today, the DFS slate that we are looking at, this is very simple. So here's your approach today. You've got 4 pitchers that are all right in the same price wheelhouse. All 4 have good matchups. One of the 4 is going to pop. You create your lineup in terms of hitters around this price range, which is about 10.5K. All right. Above and below, you've got George Kirby at 10, Freddie Peralta at 10.9, Framber at 10.7, Pablo Lopez at 10.4. As long as you have between 10 and 11K available for that pitcher spot, basically use the same lineup that you like, whatever you can get in there that you feel good about. Seattle, Houston, those are 2 spaces you're looking for potential offense today. You go ahead and that's how you approach this, and then just interchange the pitchers. One of these guys is going to hit and take you in a tournament to a big spot. Colton Wong, 2.3. Alex Bregman, who is mid at 2.8. I hope he hits 2 home runs today. Alex Kirilloff, 2.9, and Bryce Durang, 2.5. Those are some of the guys to help offset some of that cost. Welsh, let's look at the board, shall we? FantasyPros.com/chat.
Oh!
That's where you make it. Oh my God, look at that. Just squeak it in by the hair on his chinny chin. The Welsh is at number 10. I'm so proud. 11 homers. Primetime still at 15. Guys, don't let Welsh win. Don't let this happen. Again, if you want to join, we're giving away an autographed Corbin Carroll helmet. And it just goes to show you, if you had a bad April, it doesn't matter, because nobody had a worse April than Welsh. And look how good he's been. So Welsh, I know you had a bunch from our boy Aaron Judge. I'm going with Alvarez again. I'm just sticking with it tonight. Where are you going for your home run call?
Oh man, hot as can be. And I did have a horrid
April.
Like first 3 weeks, I don't think I had a single home run call. Look at that. All right, I'm going to go with Pete Alonso. No shocker with everything I said. I think he's got 5 career homers versus Patrick Corbin. This is a BVP play. Patrick Corbin in general is not as bad as we like to present. But remember you had the I'm attacking Patrick Corbin every time. Been a little bit better than we assumed, but he gave up 6 homers last month. He's only given up 1 homer. There's a little bit of due-ness in there, and Pete Alonso owns him. He calls him daddy. So Pete Alonso, home run today. Get me back further up on the board so I'm not off immediately tomorrow.
There you have it. Ending on this note, because Joseph Mosca, hilarious in the chat today. I actually wanted to watch Twister, praying Helen Hunt would get swept up in the tornado. Yes, me too. My personal hell would be tied to a chair having to watch all 6 seasons of Mad About You. That would be my own.
Oh, you have a deep hatred for.
I can't stand her. And even that great movie she did with Nicholson, As Good as It Gets. The whole time I was like, why can't anyone else be in this but her?
What was the Alien movie? Wasn't she in the Alien movie?
I don't know.
You know,
If
where it's
she's
like
in it, I'm not watching it.
spacey.
That's all I know. And
She's
someone
not
just
that
said
bad.
too, Jose Abreu was dropped in my league. Well, that's different. Jose Abreu is an older player who fell off last year and he's been terrible this year. And his ADP, Bregman was still somebody that was pretty high up there in ADP. But you know what? He has not been the same player since the scandal. I think we can all agree on that. So that is one interesting bit of news. Tomorrow, since we'll have more time, so much weekend action, we'll get into more of this prospect list. I put it in the rookie lookie section for tomorrow already so that we carry it over. And we broke 200 live watching today. So bravo, everybody, all of you out there hanging out. Shout out to Bill Paxton. Shout out to McLain making his debut today, along with Texas Ranger pitcher Bradford, too. So both those guys, good luck to them. Godspeed, whatever the hell that means. And then tomorrow we'll come back and do it all again every day, 12:30 live on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to FantasyPros MLB. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.
Bye, buddies.